Welcome back, guys. In this video, we'll be solving this physics question, which was extracted from UTME 1981, question 33. So the question goes thus: a body falls freely under gravity. Acceleration of gravity is 9.8 meter per second square from a height of 40 meter onto the top of a platform 0.8 meter above the ground. Now, its velocity on reaching the platform is. So they ask us to calculate the final velocity on reaching the platform. Now, as I said before, that the most important thing for you to do, the first thing you should do when you have this kind of question is what? To have a diagrammatic representation of that question at the back of your mind, or you draw it out. So we'll be drawing it out. So they said a body falls freely under gravity from a height of 40 meters. So you have a ball falling freely under gravity. This is just falling freely under gravity to the top of a platform 0.8 meter above the ground. So they are saying that from a height of 40 meter above the ground, so that means the height from here to the ground level is 40 meter. Now they are saying now that the body falls on top of a platform that is 0.8 meter above the ground. So that means it falls on this platform, and the platform is 0.8 meter above the ground level. So now we have this. Now the mistake most people will make with this question is that they will use 40 meter to calculate their final velocity. What they are failing to realize is that the ball is not reaching the ground itself. It is stopping on what? On this platform, and the platform is 0.8 meter above the ground. So that means it will be lesser. It will be the entire 40 meter that the body will cover. It will be 40 minus 0.8 meter that the body will cover, which is what? 39.2. So we won't be using 40 meter. Don't make that mistake. The ball falls. It's like you have a platform. You have this platform, and we have the ground level now. So the ball falls from here. So they're saying that the height from this level to the ground level is 40 meter. But whereas the ball is falling onto my hand, which is like 0.8 meter above the ground. So the body is not covering the entire 40 meter. It is covering what? The 40 meter minus the level. The difference between the height, between the level that my hand is to the ground level, which is what? 0.8 meter in this case. So now with that said, now let's now write out all the parameters. The second thing you do is what? Write out all the parameters. So the parameters we are given acceleration to gravity, 9.8 meter per second square. Yeah, we're given height, but I already told you that this height will not be what we use, but we're still going to use it. So we can just say let's say H1 to be 40 meter. So then H2 to be 0.8 meter. I just know that H1 is what? The distance between where the ball was initially at to the ground level, while the 0.8 meter is the distance, is the level, the distance in length is the distance between the platform and the ground level. So with that said, so what else were we given? Now, one thing we were given in this question that you may not see them write out like verbatim is the initial velocity. Because now if a body is going to fall freely, so it's like I'm holding this marker. If I release it and drop it at this level, at this point where I'm holding this marker, the velocity is zero because the marker is not moving. So since the body is falling freely under gravity, the initial velocity is going to be what? Zero. So the initial velocity was also given, which is zero. And we are looking for what's the final velocity, v. So another thing you do after writing out all your parameters is what? Think about the topics that the question was extracted from. Which topic was it extracted from? Motion. Now, which particular motion? Uniform motion. Why? Because it is acting under what? Constant acceleration. One condition that must be met when, if a body is to undergo a uniform motion, is that what? Acceleration has to be constant. So now, under uniform motion, what are the formulas that you have? You have what? V equals to U plus AT. We have what? S equals to UT plus half AT squared. We have S equals to U plus V all over 2. Everything multiplied by what? Times t. And then you have what? V square equals to u square plus 2as. And then now, you go back to what you are given. Now, before we go ahead, I already explained that the ball is not reaching the ground. So I'm not going to use the 40 meter. The ball is reaching this level, which is 0.8 meter above the ground. So the way you do this, you start from a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you get to this level, which is what? This level it will be what? 40 minus 0.8. So at this level, the ball has just covered what? 39.2 meter. So it is this 39.2 meter that you're going to use in whatever equation that you are going to pick to use. So now you have our S to be what? 39.2 meter. But one important thing you should realize is that if you understand the formula and then you understand the question very well, like the probability of you getting the answer correctly, the question correctly is close to 100. So now since we understood that with the distance covered, S is what distance covered, not distance between the ball and the ground. It is the distance covered, and the ball is covering what? From here to here, which is 39.2. So now we have our distance covered, we have our U, we are looking for our V, and we are given what? Acceleration due to gravity. Now, one thing you should also note is that acceleration due to gravity, we are keeping it as that. It's positive. Now, if the ball was moving from the ground level upwards, then you have to add a negative sign to the acceleration to gravity. Why? Because now the body is going what? Against gravity. If the body is going in the same direction as gravity, it is positive. If it is going against gravity, it will be negative. The same way you have for like deceleration, acceleration. When if a body is accelerating, is moving forward like at a much higher speed than it was before, it is acceleration is going to be positive because it is gaining velocity. But if the car is decelerating, the the final velocity will be lesser than the initial velocity. So it gets to a point it stops. But in this case now the ball is moving from 0 to a maximum level. As if it was going from a maximum level to a lesser level to like 0, then that means that it is decelerating. So think of that. So that's why we are going to use positive acceleration due to gravity. So which of this equation has all this? It is what? It is this. So all you just have to do is what? You plot in your values. Your V is what? Is one you are looking for, V square. You have your U, which is what? 0 squared. And then you have what? 2 times your A is what? 1.8. Your S is what? 39.2. I think one problem that most people will have is trying to use calculator for this. Trying to use calculator for this might probably take a lot of time because I think the calculator they have on the computer is I think it's purely analog and it will be very easy for you to actually use. So what we just have to just do is just write it down. I don't know whether they've stopped allowing people, they've stopped giving people like a worksheet. So what you just do is what you have 39 to 9 8. You keep the decimal place. Now, if you convert this to 998, you're going to it will be what? Times 10 raised to power what? Minus 1. If you convert this to 39, which is times 10 raised to power minus 1, you're going to keep this and then you go ahead. 8 times this, you have 16. 9 times 8, you have 72. 72 plus 1, 73. 8 times 3, that's 24. 24 plus 2, that's 26. 9 times 2, 18. 9 times 9, 81. 81 plus 1, 82. 9 times 3, 27. 27 plus 27 plus 8. 27 plus 8, that will be 35. So you have 6, you have 1, 1, 7, 3. Then you bring this back now. So you're going to multiply the answer that you have here times 10 to the power minus 2. So you're going to have a 37, 9.16. So that means everything here is what? 37, 9 plus 16. Then 2 times that, you're going to have what? Yeah, let me use it. 379.16 379.16. So you're going to have 2, 3, 18, 1, 15, 7. So you're going to have 758.32. So you're going to have what? V square equals 758.32. Now, V equals what? Square root of what? Of 758.32. Now, square root of 758.32 will be, now, I was saying before that there's a way you can actually get most of these answers without actually having an idea what the answer will most likely be without actually even using calculator doing the math. Now, so basically, you just have to just go back to your multiplication table. 20 times 20 will give you what? 400. So that means you have to go higher. 30 times 30 will give you 900. So you have to go with that. So you know that your answer will probably be between 20 and 30. Because 20 times 30 will give you what? 400. 30 times 30 will give you what? Since you're looking for square root now. So it's like the when you multiply two similar figures together, you're going to get the number that you get from there. So you have 20 times 30 will give you what? 400. 30 times 30 will give you 900. So you know that the answer should be between this and this. So now look through the option. Which option looks very falls within this range? It is this. So the answer is what? 27.781. If you do the calculator, you can point in your calculator, you see that will be your answer. So this velocity on reaching the platform is what? 27.7 meter per second. I hope you understand that. If you have any question or any part that you still don't understand, you can drop it down in the comment section below and I'll make sure to respond to all of that. So without wasting more of time, see you guys in my next video. And if you have any question that you find very difficult, you can drop it down in the comment section below and I'll make sure to make a video explaining and breaking them down. See you guys in my next video.